10 years ago, on Wednesday, July 6, 2011, my welcome email from Michael Brown quoted Arnie Duncan, then U.S. Secretary of Education, declaring that education is the civil rights issue of our time. August 2011, I proudly rock my Timbs, my bright red jacket, and Aramark khaki pants belted up to my ribcage. And I caught two buses and stomped up to these very doors, awaiting what has become a decade of a journey in education. Jack, McnUlty, Masters, Sarah, Damaris, Ingrid, Rachel, JMatt, Jaylee, Maura, and Greg. Thank you all for a shared experience of resilience, frustration, challenges, and the realization that our real work was truly internal. We could never have known that Colorado was underfunding its education system due to Amendment 23 being a holding ground for a negative factor of funding years prior to our arrival, thus leading to the issues we witnessed firsthand in the classroom. Despite Colorado boasting multiple cities as top 10 on the National Best Places to Live list, over 100 school districts in the state innovative way to adapt to student needs, right? It's just simply not being able to hire and pay educators to teach more than 4 days a week. Teacher pay is currently 50th in the nation when comparing education experience and hours worked. We may be in the Mile High City, 5280 feet elevation, but when addressing inequities in education, our heads are seriously in the clouds. A black male student in general education classes is testing lower than a white male student on an IEP receiving special education services. Black girls are receiving 2 times the amount of suspensions and expulsions compared to their white female counterparts. And 73% of educators are white female, despite Spanish-speaking and Hispanic-identified students making more than 60% of the students in Denver public schools. City year, what time is it? Well, it's time for you to create, fill in, and address the frontline experiences our youth are having every day in the classroom during these vital years of their childhood development. You'll be tested. Shoot, I was for sure. As a black woman and Puerto Rican, first-generation college grad, go Blue Jays, being expected to essentially budget my way out of poverty and accept the expectation of receiving state benefits and welfare despite my education, I cried often. I endured, persevered, and probably, I definitely ruffled some feathers. But you know what? I decided that the kids I was serving deserved the best that I could create. So I have. Over the past 10 years, my proudest moments are directly connected to education. From curriculum development to establishing Curls on the Block, my own nonprofit, teaching as an adjunct for Community College of Denver, and working for Great Education Colorado. Also, being able to testify on behalf of the Crown Act. My LACY, or Life After City Year, was a testament to my experience as a founding core member. We're here today launching another year that frankly is going to require even more of this group of core members than perhaps the founding core experience. Don't feel that. I have 10 pieces of advice for making the best of your year of service with City Year. Jack Hutsey, fellow alum of North City Year Denver Founding Core, offered his words of wisdom, which I included. 1A. He works to be a lawyer, so. 1A. Be a friend first to a student instead of a City Year core member. 1B, always have extra gum after lunch. 1C, small signs of gratitude go a long way. And 1E, always do the low impact jumping jacks and physical training. Okay, he didn't know that y'all don't do PT anymore, so I'll have to take that up with management, okay? Number 2, do all the free stuff. I'm telling you, I did it and had a great time. I made it a goal to attend every professional athletic sport sports game in my year, and it happened thanks in large part to City Year. So I was at the Nuggets, the Avalanche, the Rockies, and of course the Broncos. So I had a good year. Number 3, cry at home. Okay, these kids are going to be looking to you. They're going to be looking to you and need you to be in a space of strength as well. But it's okay to process your emotions and just make sure you're in a safe space to do that as well. Number 4, spend time alone. Do the work. Spend time with friends. But just be balanced. Number 5, remember that the kids you are working with are experiencing their school experience. Help it be 1 year they'll cherish. Number 6, call home. I'm sure my mom over there is rolling her eyes because I probably didn't call home. But you know what? That's why it's advice. Number 7, learn to cook, prepare, or create a signature dish because potlucks. Okay. Number 8, remember you're part of a legacy 10 years strong in Denver. Make your mark. But shout out to a few folks who have made a mark in Denver. Shakira Abney Wisdom, doctor, founding principal of the Black billionaire Robert F. Smith STEAM Academy in far northeast Montbello, which is started by parents demanding better for their community and kids. Greg McCoy, community liaison and my biggest headache during City Year. First I'll love you, he's so super good. Perry Smith, entrepreneur. Ebony, a school board member in Knoxville. Janice Andrade, doctoral candidate at UCLA and my former roommate in City Year. Dexter Cortos, her on the board. Corey Montrell, a wrestling coach and educator in DPS still. And the list goes on. Ashley Clark, Allison Ewan, and so many others. There's just a lot of us, obviously. Good memories, of course. Number 9, speak your truth and hear others. Remember that a 9 and a 6 can be true for one person looking at it a particular way and vice versa. Number 10, use this year to grow, challenge yourself, and inspire the kids, educators, families, and community you're now a part of. Is that some smoke I smell? Is that your shirt, Josh? Is it his pants? No, it must be the boots. The boots. The boots are on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother burn. In 10 years, I hope educational inequities are amended and that I witness one of you speak of your time serving for AmeriCorps, inspiring, lighting boots on fire, because that's what time it is.